Ever wondered why, when you eagerly tear open a packet of chips, you're greeted by a gust of air instead of a full bag of chips? That moment of anticipation followed by a puff of air, and then the realization that half of the bag seems to be filled with nothing but air. It's a universal experience, isn't it? Whether you're a casual snacker or a full-fledged foodie, you've probably pondered this mystery at least once in your life. The phenomenon of air-filled chip bags, or in more technical terms, slack fill, might seem like a clever trick by manufacturers to make you think you're getting more chips than you actually are. But there's a whole lot more to it than that. The air in chip bags isn't just any air, it's usually nitrogen. And it's not there to deceive you, but to ensure that your chips arrive in your hands as fresh, crunchy, and delicious as they were when they left the factory. The story behind this air is a fascinating one that involves science, logistics, and a bit of marketing magic. It's a tale of how something as simple as air can play multiple roles: protector, preserver, illusionist, and even sound engineer. And it's not just about chips. The principles behind this air-fill technique apply to many other packaged foods as well. So the next time you open a bag of chips and a gust of air rushes out, instead of feeling shortchanged, take a moment to appreciate the science that went into keeping those chips crunchy and delectable. And remember, every puff of air is a testament to the lengths that food manufacturers go to ensure that we, the consumers, get to enjoy our snacks in the best possible condition. Stay with me as we dive deeper into the reasons why chip bags are inflated with air. Firstly, the air in the chip bags is not just there to fool you, it serves as a cushion. Now you might be wondering, how does this cushioning work? It's simpler than you might think. Let's start by picturing a bag of chips. It's not just filled with air, but a particular kind of air known as nitrogen. This gas is not there by accident. Nitrogen is non-reactive, meaning it doesn't interact with the chips in any damaging way. But how does it protect the chips? Well, imagine the journey a bag of chips makes from the factory to your pantry. It's packed into boxes, loaded onto trucks, and stacked onto store shelves. There's a lot of jostling and bumping around. Without the cushion of nitrogen, those crispy chips we all love could easily turn into crumbs. This buffer of nitrogen gas acts like an airbag in a car during an accident. It absorbs the shock and pressure from the outside, preventing the chips inside from being crushed. This is especially important when the bags are stacked during transportation and storage. The weight of the bags on top could easily squish the ones at the bottom, but the cushion of nitrogen gas helps to distribute this pressure more evenly across the bag, protecting the chips inside. Furthermore, the cushioning effect is not just about protecting the physical integrity of the chips. It's also about preserving the flavor. Crushing could lead to the release of the essential oils that give chips their flavor, leading to stale and tasteless chips. So that cushion of air is also a flavor shield. In essence, the air in the bag is a silent protector, keeping your chips safe from the rigors of transportation and storage. It's an unsung hero in the journey of a chip from factory to your taste buds. So, the next time you open a chip bag and find it half full, remember, it's to keep your chips intact. The second reason why chip bags are filled with air is to maintain the freshness of the chips. Now, we've all had that experience of biting into a chip and being met with a disappointing lack of crunch. It's not the best experience, is it? Well, the air in the bag plays a crucial role in preventing this sad, crunchless situation. Let's dive into the science of it. Chips, like many other food items, can go stale. This happens when they're exposed to oxygen. The process is called oxidation, which is the same process that turns a sliced apple brown or makes metal rust. In the case of chips, oxidation can make them lose their crunch and flavor. So how does the air in the bag help? Well, it's not exactly the air as we know it. The air in chip bags is actually nitrogen. Nitrogen is an inert gas, which means it doesn't react with other substances easily. This is perfect for our chips as it creates an oxygen-free environment inside the bag, preventing the chips from going stale. There's also the fact that nitrogen doesn't hold moisture, which is another culprit in making our beloved chips lose their crunch. Moisture can make chips go from delightfully crispy to disappointingly soggy, so by filling the bag with nitrogen, it helps keep the chips dry and crispy. Now, you might be wondering why not vacuum seal the bags instead. Wouldn't that also keep the oxygen out? Well, yes, but it would also crush our delicate chips into crumbs. The nitrogen-filled air provides a protective cushion, as we discussed in the previous scene, and also maintains the freshness of the chips. So the next time you open a bag of chips and notice it's half filled with air, remember that it's not just there to take up space. It's nitrogen, working its magic to keep your chips as fresh and crispy as the day they were made. So the air in the bag is actually helping to keep your chips crispy and delicious. Thirdly, the air in the bag helps to give an illusion of fullness. Imagine picking up a chip bag from the shelf. It's puffed up, round, and firm to the touch. It feels satisfyingly full in your hands, promising a generous serving of your favorite snack. But have you ever wondered why the bag feels so full when it's only half filled with chips? That's where the air comes in. You see, food companies are clever. They know that a full-looking bag is more appealing to consumers than a half-empty one. It's all about perception. The air inside the bag creates a sense of abundance. It makes the bag look fuller and makes you feel like you're getting a good deal. It's a bit like the whipped cream on your favorite dessert. It doesn't really add to the flavor, but it certainly makes it look a lot more tempting. Now you might be thinking, isn't this a bit deceptive? Aren't we being tricked into thinking we're getting more than we actually are? Well, not exactly. The weight of the chips is always clearly marked on the packaging. So while the bag may look fuller due to the air, you're not actually getting any less than what you paid for. In fact, the air serves a dual purpose. Apart from creating an illusion of fullness, it also acts as a cushion, protecting the delicate chips from getting crushed during transit. So the next time you open a chip bag and find it half full, remember, it's not just air you're paying for. You're paying for the protection and the perception of fullness that the air provides. So there you have it, folks. The air in your chip bag is not just there to annoy you. It's a clever marketing trick that makes you feel like you're getting more for your money. Lastly, the air in the chip bag is responsible for that satisfying sound when you open the bag. Let's talk about the symphony of snacking, the crackle that sets our taste buds aflutter. Have you ever noticed the distinctive sound when you tear open a bag of chips? It's not by accident. That crisp, enticing noise is a carefully crafted part of your snacking experience. The air inside the bag is the conductor of this orchestra. When the bag is opened, the pressurized air rushes out, creating a delightful sound. It's akin to the pop of a champagne cork, signaling the start of a celebration. In this case, the party is for your palate and the guest of honor is a tasty chip. This sound is more than just pleasing to the ear. It's a psychological signal, a sensory cue that communicates freshness and quality. When you hear that sound, your brain associates it with the anticipation of enjoying a fresh, crunchy chip. It's a sound that promises satisfaction and delight. This auditory experience is so important that food companies have conducted extensive research into the psychology of sound. They understand that the right sound can enhance the perceived freshness and quality of their product. But the sound is not just about perception. It also serves a practical purpose. The rustle of the bag, the crackle of the chips inside, these noises are audible proof that the air within the bag has done its job. It has protected the chips during their journey from the factory to your hands, ensuring they arrive in perfect, crispy condition. So the next time you open a bag of chips, take a moment to appreciate the music of the munchies. Listen to the air's sweet symphony, the sound of freshness, the promise of a scrumptious snack. So the air in your chip bag is not just air, it's an integral part of your snacking experience.